Spring and rustic are the perfect combination in my opinion. I can't wait to show you the 3 DIYs that I've got in store for you for today. Hey everybody, welcome back to Kelly Barlow Creations. If you're new to my channel and you're stopping by for the first time, thank you for stopping by. Welcome to my channel. Stick around a while by clicking that red button for more crafting on a budget, more everything on a budget videos to come. And if you click it again when the bell appears, YouTube should notify you every time I upload a new video, depending on the option that you choose, yes, in the drop-down menu of the bell. If you're interested in following me on social media, you can find those links, you guessed it, in the description box below. What have I got going on for you for today? Today I am bringing to you 3 quick, easy, and budget-friendly spring DIYs that have that rustic twist to them. I love spring, I love rustic, so it's a good excuse to pull out that burlap and do some spring rustic DIYing with a Dollar Tree twist. I can't wait to show you what I have in store for you for today, so I'm gonna quit my gabbing. Let's jump into it and let's do some DIYing on a budget, because that's what we do here. Let's get to it. Who is today's KB Creations Crafter of the Day? You'll want to stick around to the end of the video to see if it's your creation that's being featured in today's video. Getting started with this first DIY, I will be using this wall decor plaque from Dollar Tree because, yes, of the fence. I love that jagged top. On the front side of this plaque, there are some elevated embellishments, so I'm gonna go ahead and remove those. Those are gonna go in my stash because you never know when you might need some bunny paws for a future DIY. This plaque is gonna get a good coating of some Mod Podge, gloss, matte, doesn't matter, you choose. Because what am I going to put on the front of this? Can anybody guess? It is one of my new favorite finds from Dollar Tree. Hope you're not getting sick of it yet. Yep. This white birch ribbon, this wood looking ribbon. It actually feels like a paper, not so much a fabric, I guess. Is that what ribbon is made of? Fabric? What is ribbon? Thread? What is ribbon made of? Whatever it's made of, it doesn't feel like your typical ribbon. It kind of has that feeling of paper and it does rip a bit easily. But what I love about this ribbon is that you can join pieces of it together and the seams where the pieces meet are invisible. It is such an easy ribbon to work with and there are so many things that can be done with it. So like I said, I hope you all aren't getting sick of seeing this stuff because I love it and I have 4 rolls of it that have 18 feet on each roll. And so if you see this, you might want to pick it up if you like it. Once that ribbon is good and adhered onto the plaque, which means the Mod Podge dried, you can go ahead and take a razor with a fresh blade in it using the plaque as a guide and just cut off that extra ribbon. For the front of this, I did not add a second coat of Mod Podge because I found with this, you really don't need to. It really sticks to whatever surface it's being applied to pretty easily. And I'm running low on Mod Podge and I have a few more DIYs that I need to do using it. So yeah, this did not get a second coat of Mod Podge over the top of it. Can we just take a quick second to look at how amazing this ribbon is? And those seams, like I said, are invisible. You're gonna need a bag of moss. I'm using reindeer moss, one of my favorites. My Dollar Tree just got this back in stock. On the bottom half of this plaque, I'm gonna put a good amount of Mod Podge because I wanna put this moss at the bottom and I want it to look like grass. And so a healthy amount of Mod Podge is definitely needed so that moss really adheres to the plaque. This garland that you can get right now at Dollar Tree has bunnies and carrots attached to twine. My favorite thing, right? I decided to take 3 of the bunnies off because nothing else needs to be done to them. I am loving the colored, I guess, gingham or buffalo check that they are decorated with. And so I thought that these would be perfect to add to the bottom of this plaque in the grass. Only I wanted to add kind of a dimensional effect to them And so 2 of the bunnies are just gonna get hot glued onto the plaque itself. That middle bunny, I want it to be a bit elevated to give it that 2D dimensional look. And so to do that, I'm gonna take some of Dollar Tree's foam tape, and just by putting a few layers of foam tape on the back of the bunny, it's gonna elevate it up off the plaque and give it that dimensional look. These aluminum words are one of my favorite pieces to pick up for each of the holidays. Since this set had Happy and Easter in it, it's gonna be perfect for this slide plaque. Yes, slide plaque. It's gonna go in our stand. Let's go take a look. For this next DIY, you're gonna need one of these fabric placemats. These are something that Dollar Tree carries regularly, at least the one in my area does. Couldn't get the buffalo check one, but this one is gonna work. I'm gonna flip it over to the back side, and on the short end, the short end, I'm gonna fold it over just like you see me doing here, about 2 inches. I'm gonna take my hot glue, run a bead right along this bottom edge, but I'm gonna keep the 2 sides open because what am I making? I'm making a rustic garden banner. And these placemats are perfect for that because the weight behind it really keeps the flag hanging nicely out in your garden. Walmart has got this roll of burlap. Yeah, look at this buffalo check, gingham. I love this burlap. It's in the wedding section. It cost me about $5, which wasn't bad because what I'm getting out of it is more rusticness. Yes, that's a word. Look in my dictionary. I cut a piece of burlap just a bit bigger than the placemat itself. The width was just a hair wider, which worked out perfect. It's gonna work to our advantage. But long-wise, I went about 1 inch longer on each end so I could fold it over and hot glue it to the back of the placemat. Along the long sides of this placemat, you're gonna wanna run a bead of glue along those 2, adhering the burlap to the placemat. You'll see though that you have that pocket that we made with the placemat when we folded it over. You can go ahead and glue the burlap to the placemat without closing that pocket, and that's what you wanna do. I felt like the burlap was a bit bumpy, a bit unruly because the way it was rolled. And so if you just take an iron with steam and run over the top of it, it's gonna flatten it out nicely. Taking some Hello Hobbies chalk paint in the color of Desert Tan. This is the equivalent to Waverly's Cashew, I would say. I will tell you that there are some colors I don't mind using with Hello Hobby, but for the most part, I find that their paint isn't as thick as Waverly, which is kind of a bummer, but it is thicker than Apple Barrel, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna take this Desert Tan and taking one of these wood DIY bunnies from guess where? Yes, Dollar Tree. You can get them right now. I'm gonna give this bunny a good coating of the Desert Tan because I'm out of cashew, but it's coming in the mail, haha. And for the bunny's tail and ears, I thought I'd go in with some of Waverly's hazelnut. I wanted to keep this bunny simple, but I felt like it needed a nose and an eye, so I went in and just added that as well with the hazelnut. This bunny is going to find its forever place with some hot glue on the back, and when I say hot glue, I'm gonna use a stick or 2, and it's gonna go right on the bottom half of what is going to be our garden banner. Oh my word, stick with me here. I know I'm kind of all over the place with this DIY, but after I put the bunny on, I kind of felt like the edges were unfinished. It just kind of looked sloppy because of the stitching on the burlap. So I decided just to run a bead of hot glue there and add some of Dollar Tree's burlap ribbon. I felt like this was perfect. I felt like this was gonna tie into the bunny and it was gonna give the outside edges that finished look that I felt like this needed. Then I decided, you know what? I think the bunny's tail would be really cute and it would add that rustic feel to this if I added one of these cotton stubs. They come in a 3-pack. You can find it in the floral section. If the cotton isn't for you, you could always use a pom-pom. The top of this banner needs to say spring, so I dove into my wood letters by Crafter Square. I've got them in a Ziploc baggie in my stash because I have so many of them. Pulled out the letters for spring and gave them a good coating of the hazelnut chalk paint. And those letters are gonna fit perfectly right above the bunny here on the top of our soon-to-be, yes, garden banner. For this garden banner, I really wanted to stick with something simple but still get that rustic feel, and I feel like I was able to achieve that with that buffalo check, burlap, and the coloring. And the cotton ball, of course. It's those small details. This next DIY, it's gonna take you all of 5 or 10 minutes using this amazing wall decor plaque from Dollar Tree and some of Dollar Tree's burlap ribbon, of course. Dollar Tree's burlap ribbon is everything. I absolutely love it. They have a nice selection and variety of it, so you can bet I probably own stock in it, which I do. This plaque is amazing too, but I feel like these plaques look unfinished on the edges. So just by finishing off the edges, it kind of elevates the plaque and takes it to another level. So just by adding the burlap ribbon to the edges, I feel like it finishes it off nicely. When you add the burlap to a plaque like this, if you're using it in our DIY slide plaque holder, you're gonna wanna start the ribbon about 1/4 of an inch from the bottom so your plaque can slide in and out of the stand. And so with this, I'm just gonna add this ribbon to the 3 sides. The 2 sides, 3 sides? 3 sides of the plaque anyway. The 2 long sides and the top itself. I feel like this plaque is still missing something. I know what it needs. One of my twine flowers, and twine flowers are easy to do. All you need is some twine in your fingers, and you're gonna make yourself a twine flower just by wrapping that twine around your fingers several times, pinching it off in the middle, and tying it off. If you do 2 bundles like this, hot glue them together, you're gonna have yourself a twine flower. I like to finish the center of my flowers off with a wood button. I like wood buttons because you can DIY them to be any color. This flower is gonna go right here at the top of our plaque, adding just the embellishment, that finishing touch that I felt like this DIY needed. And of course, that button needs to be orange just to bring out those carrots and add just a bit more color to this. And just like that, 10 minutes later, we've added a few finishing touches to this plaque, and we've got an adorable plaque for our slide plaque holder stand. Yeah, that's what I'll call it. Who is today's KB Creations Crafter of the Day? It's going out to Maria Gomez, who is bringing to us her recreation of my DIY mason jar plaque with the sunflowers. Maria, I am loving your addition and your twist on this DIY. Thank you so much for sharing your creation with us today. Sometimes simple is more, and I really wanted to go with that simple rustic feeling, and I think I did just that with these DIYs. I hope you all enjoyed today's 3 Rustic Spring Dollar Tree DIYs on a budget. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and let's get this video to 5,000 likes. Because like I always say, and I know I sound like a broken record, but each and every one of your thumbs up and those comments that you do leave down below, well, they really do help my channel to grow, and it helps YouTube to notice me just a bit more. Until next time, everybody, I hope you have a fantastic day. Happy crafting on a budget. Stay happy, stay safe, stay healthy, but most of all, stay positive, please, because I